Welcome back to The Edge. The Google search ranking bug has been resolved. The core update, we all expected. It's confirmed. And could the U.S. be looking to break up Google? You're listening to News from The Edge for the week of August 19th, 2024, here on, wait for it, Edge of the Web Radio.
From the Edge of the Web studios, here's what we're looking at this week.
Hey, this is Edge of the Web Radio. I'm your host, Aaron Sparks, on our Site Strategics. We're covering SEO and digital marketing news of the week, separate from our weekly interview podcast that we drop every Tuesday. We're dropping this every Wednesday as best as possible, making sure that you get as much digital marketing news for your digital marketing work week. How can they use it if we're midweek? Did we actually scrum this out? If we're
Nope.
not doing it on Mondays, so for your next week, you're getting the news even earlier. How about that? Be sure to check out all the recent shows over at edgeofthewebradio.com. That's edgeofthewebradio.com. This is the Site Strategics digital news desk of Edge of the Web. We're proud to have Site Strategics as the title sponsor of this episode of the News from the Edge series. We're one of the top SEOs here in the Midwest, and we're consummate learners. That's why we do this show on a regular basis. Make sure that we keep our powder dry, our sword sharp, and we are constantly being aware of all things googly updating. So I'll talk a little bit more about what we do here in the show. But to jump into it, I got the team here. Let's dig in. I got Jacob Mann on the production booth. Jacob, how you doing, sir?
Doing well. Clicking buttons, moving cameras, doing all sorts of...
And
We just spent a half hour clicking buttons and moving cameras.
Well,
And it's a pop.
I see.
That's
Look at that.
right.
I clicked the wrong button. Now I'm Morty Overstein
Morty,
today.
you're in the booth.
Hello, I'm Morty
You've been
Overstein,
upgraded.
and I would like to introduce you to my friend Jacob Mann.
There you go. Jacob.
Oh, I've been downgraded.
Where it's going to be one of those days.
For the listeners, we're throwing over
Just-
At
thirds.
least
We're
we're not
changing
Aaron.
Pow-mow.
We're
Yeah.
changing names today. Who cares?
Screw it, just go
All,
live.
all 10
Don't
viewers
even-
on LinkedIn.
I said I was hitting buttons. I didn't say they were the right ones, and I don't care.
I might want to qualify that a little bit. Morty, thanks for joining us. Morty's the head of brand SEO over at Wix. Morty, what's happening in your world?
Why are you talking about breakups? I just looking at the news now. It looks like Jennifer Lopez filed for divorce from
I
Affleck.
caught that. I know.
That's my whole
Man.
world falling apart.
We're so sad about that.
Yeah, and the only one who's not said is Alex Rodriguez. He's like, dude, I told you she was nuts. Anyway,
Yeah, that popped up. I got alerts everywhere. Fox News was blasting. I was like, okay, how does a divorce merit getting into a Fox News update? Please, someone tell me.
also, I thought they were divorced like 5 months ago.
No. Well, I mean, she just filed.
Wow, they really dragged this thing out, huh? That's good publicity. It's good for the bank account. Yeah, these people,
These people, I tell you what,
celebrities.
not at all interested in that.
It would be interesting if Alex Rodriguez and Jennifer Garner got hooked up together. Like
That would be
interesting.
funny. That would be incredibly
Yeah.
hilarious.
I think
because-
that's next. That's
Because
what's coming.
they did each
They can
other's.
bond. They can bond
significant
over each
other.
other's.
We're going to move on from that because
You guys know
I
way
got
too much
nothing.
about this. I don't know what's going on.
I know
They were
just
married.
as much as the circle's telling me right now. That's what I know.
You should really ask like an AI chat and see what it comes up with. I'm sure you'll find some wonderful hallucinations. All right, jumping into news for everybody who is actually paying attention to news, paying attention to this show for news. From Search Engine Land, from Barry Schwartz, Google search ranking bug is now resolved. The 4-day plus ranking bug that kicked off around the same time as the August core update, we'll talk about that in a second, is now fixed, says he, as of 8:30 a.m. yesterday. Google has fixed the ongoing search ranking bug that kicked off at the same time. Google wrote that we're fixing the issue with ranking. There will be no more updates. So the timeline
Ever.
was August
No more
15th.
updates ever.
Ever. Period. Yeah, there was a period there. We should actually quote them on that. There will be no more updates. August 15th, that thing started. It's an ongoing issue with ranking in Google search that's affecting a large number of search results. They said we identified the root cause and the issue is unrelated to the ongoing core update rollout. Next update will be in the next 12 hours. We're still working on it. Now we fixed it. So 4 days later. So
4 hours later.
So when was the last time we saw a ranking bug? I don't think I've ever heard
I don't think I've ever had another hat.
that term before. Have they?
I'm almost positive there have been. I could be hallucinating. Eat glue, drink urine.
That's gonna be your next Twitter handle, right? Eat glue, drink urine.
On my tombstone, I wanted to be. He did not eat glue. He did not drink urine.
So transparency-wise, they were certainly letting everybody know. Anybody in the marketplace or in the SEO world that saw some major drops? Did you come across anything?
You have no idea though. You don't. It could be the core update. You have no clue. I mean, I guess if you see it like spike right back up, maybe, I don't know, but that could be the update doing a reversal.
Yeah, so you can hide a lot of stuff whenever there's a core update going through, right?
The famous last words. I bet you they do hide a lot of stuff in the rollout of the core updates.
I would not doubt that. Anyway, if you did see your rankings plummet over the last 4 days, they should be fixed by now. But at the same time, you're going through a core update, so who the hell knows?
No one knows that.
All right. So going to our next article, which is actually about the core update. Google rolls out the August 2024 core update. Is targeting low-value SEO content, promoting quality websites. The full rollout is to be expected within a month. Article from Search Engine Journal by Matt Southern. Here's the deal: we talked about it. We talked about it about 3 weeks ago, did we not?
I was 2 days off. My date was August 17th. It rolled out on the 15th, right?
You absolutely called it. So they announced that they were rolling that out. What was the date on that post? That was August 15th, right? Key details about this core update. The updates aim to show more content that people will genuinely find helpful. Core updates
as opposed to other updates, which didn't particularly want to do that. Like, what does that mean?
This is all lip service. You think that's the mission for each and every one of them. They don't have an update that says, "Oh, we're going to trash this thing." Oh, wait, yeah, they did. That was the aforementioned Reddit update, where all of a sudden every Reddit listing was above all organic. Never mind, I'm just waxing poetically there. The company reaffirms its commitment to showcasing high-quality content from diverse sources, including smaller independent websites. The update aims to better reflect positive changes made by websites. I also caught a post from Cyrus Shepard in which he was highlighting something kind of interesting here. And let me find it real quick if I could. He was saying something to the effect that it was looking at the business model of companies and looking at whether or not the content reflected their business model and services, right? Did you catch that?
No, I didn't see that.
All right, so let me grab this real quick. He said, friends, let's call it what it is. This was August 15th. These are anti-SEO updates. Again and again, you can't convince me otherwise. And yes, a site's business model seems to play an increasingly important role here. He highlighted the update news. We launched a core update. This update is designed to continue our work to improve the quality of our search results by showing more content that people find generally useful and less content that feels like it was made just to perform well on search. So he highlighted that and underlined that explicitly. So
I did see that.
Point being is that all these updates are for that particular reason. So it does seem boilerplate, but if some of the SEOs are out there really chumming the bell of anti-SEO updates, right? And all manners of different SEO strategies are in one way, shape, or form made to rank well on search, right? What are we really looking at here from these type of updates? Are we looking at the death of a lot of old standard practices and really getting into thinner, leaner sites that actually are much more centered around business model information on these sites? What are we talking about? Any idea?
No idea at this point. I mean, like, the chatter has been that some of the HCU sites, meaning sites hit by the last helpful content update,
right,
which is back September 2023. I'm terrible dates.
Yeah,
pretty sure
absolutely. Spot on.
They're seeing, signs of life again. It's so early. Who knows? I don't know. When you look at the keyword level volatility, Anecdotally, the health vertical, like I looked at a gazillion keywords there. Those SERPs look less volatile and more like kind of normal. If you go into the finance vertical, those SERPs,
right.
Yeah, look insane. And they have looked insane over the past few months. It all to me seems like an entire freaking mess. I don't know what it is. It all looks weird. It all looks different than it used to. And you have you have your Lily Rays and the Glenn Gabes of the world who are showing examples of what's happening, which is amazing. And then you just have people tweeting and posting and just talking as if like they know what's going on and they know what's happening. And we're 3 days into this thing and you just don't. The whole ecosystem is completely topsy-turvy. I said this on It's New. I got in trouble for saying this. Like I was like, because Don Mueller said, like, wait till the update's over and then start looking at these things. And I think he's 1,000,000% right, obviously. If your site got clobbered and you now lost all your revenue, you're like, what do I do right now? I understand where you're coming from. If you're just part of the SEO speculators of the world, try like, I see it here, what's going on? Now I see, oh my God, can we just shut up with this shit already? I just feel burned out from people going on like social, theorizing, speculating about what the hell is happening without actually looking at anything. You're 5 seconds into this update.
Right.
Come on, be real. No one knows anything. Right.
We are hyper-reactive, but I think we've been conditioned so because of some of the enormous changes that have been happening from these updates as well. Harkening back to the HCU, everybody's looking at these helpful content update sufferers, right? And looking at, is there a bounce back? Is there? But if you look at some of the screenshots that are being shown on these search engine console pages, they're barely taking a breath. There's something changing there.
But it's so, unless you contextualize saying, look, it's a small change. It looks like there's signs of life. We don't know what's happening yet, but this could be. People are looking at this thing. You're talking about like a minor, course correction. It looks like in half these cases. Like you just don't know. And I mean, Google has said, okay, we met with people, we talked to people, and some of the people that they talked to, like House Fresh, are seeing positive results. So like, maybe that's why people are being so hyper focused on this. Like Google's saying we are trying to change it. We're being a little facetious before about what Google said about we're trying to reward, this kind of like smaller site, helpful content, blah, 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 blah. Right. That's coming because they are actively taking feedback and I think they realized something went wrong with the last one. They're trying to fix it. And we're all hyper focused on like, did they fix it? Yeah. But the ecosystem as a whole right now is so, I can't say who it was. I'm not going to say who it was, but I was talking to somebody in the SEO space. Like people are leaving the SEO space. There's no rules anymore. There's no consistency. Everything's all over the place. Like I'm out. I'm going to go do something else.
And on top of that, the
core update, like there's a lot going on. It all seems like it's a mess. I don't know what's really going on yet. I'm out. Wow. At least until it's over.
You just can't pay attention to it and just do what you know is best for the consumer, right? Now, we also understand that there's a prime focus on user experience, and we heard that from the data leaks that came through months ago. SEO really should be paying attention not to rank, but to actual user experience and improving the UX of this site, because Google's paying attention to that unequivocally. They're focused on that. So,
into a lot of stuff, but it's like, look, if you got hit and you lost your business or your business now like is in jeopardy, like I don't think we're talking to you. Like you should be freaking out. I get that.
Yeah. I agree. And we've said this on and on with every core update that comes through. Don't react. Don't hyper react. Yeah, it's meritorious to be able to look at performance of different sites that are out there and be able to give some early communication, but don't make judgments on these things. And we've said that so many times.
That's what I think that we don't like talk about enough about. We usually like, this site, because you see, like, those are the cases that we're going to share. I'm going to share a case. If Glenn's going to share a case, it's going to be the site that either got significantly rewarded or got clobbered. But what I don't think is enough discussion about, there are sites that are impacted, meaning you didn't get clobbered, like you might have lost some rankings.
Right.
And those are significant, and they're a problem for you, but you didn't get clobbered. Like you still have a website that's still bringing in traffic, that's still viable. And I think in those cases, like people just jump the gun. Those are the cases where people just jump the gun all the time. Like, for this folder, Google seemed to think like this kind of keyword, this category of topic is no longer relevant for me, and they demoted me. What do I do right now? Wait.
cool the jets and watch. Yeah, no, I agree. And it does sound repetitious, but I at least wanted to make sure that we alert our audience to the fact that they're going through a core update. And if you have your money and your investments of marketing dollars on SEO, right, don't blast your SEO immediately. You've got to make sure that you have tracking in place, that you've been watching it for a good period of time. And you also can hear from your SEO after the dust settles of any type of adjustments that need to be applied,
and it's also,
right?
I hate to say this, if you were, heavily impacted by the update right now, you're like, what do I do? And you're waiting to see how it plays out. Maybe you will get restored by the end, maybe you won't. It's like search traffic is great. There have to be other channels, though. You can't just rely on search. You're putting yourself in the hands of and I understand why I'm saying easier said than done, right? Like maybe that is the best channel. Maybe that's the only channel. I'm not saying maybe it is, but you're at the mercy of an update. That sucks.
Diversify your marketing execution. Absolutely.
Yeah, and easier said than done. Get like Monday morning quarterback.
It is, and that kind of dovetails into our third article. But before anything else, just want to let you know our title sponsor is Site Strategics. We're focused on creating subject matter expert interviews. We have a process over here that helps us get into some really deep, valuable content that is service and business oriented for your clients. So if you're interested in what we can do for you, just come over to Site Strategics and we can sit down and talk to you about what it means to actually do a SME interview. All right. So this other article that it kind of dovetails what we're talking about here is from Martech, from Danny Goodwin. The U.S. is considering forcing a Google breakup, and that literally is a subject of multiple episodes, and I'm not going to be able to do it justice here. After the judgment that we heard several weeks back that Google is, according to the judge, a monopoly, and they have actually broken antitrust laws, there's reports that Google could be broken up. The U.S. government could force a sale of Chrome, Android, or ads. They're reportedly considering forcing the parent company Alphabet to shed at least one of its units. Among the possibilities are being explored, according to the judge's ruling there. Chrome, Google's web browser. This one actually seems highly unlikely. Web browsers aren't exactly a lucrative business model. However, we do know from the data leaks that came through that there's a heck of a lot of user experience data from the Chrome browser that is establishing the nav boost ranking signal, right? Android, Google's operating system, as well as Google Ads, the money printing machine, says he, that generates billions of search and advertising dollars. How in the world do you think a court could actually break those entities out of ownership of Alphabet? What do you think there?
Well, I don't know. I'm going to ask Jacob because I'm just like, have we had enough breakup today? Come on, people.
Yeah.
It'd be tough.
It would be tough.
There'd be no more Dunkin' commercials now.
I know.
Now, it's very unlikely, right?
Which of those three is the
There'd be
most
no
like
more
Ben
Dunkin'
Affleck?
commercials? I think it's highly likely. There'd be no more J-Lo, Ben Affleck, Dunkin' commercials.
Oh my God.
Which of those three is most like
stop.
Ben Affleck?
Most like Ben Affleck?
Yeah. Is he the Chrome browser? Is he the Chrome
He's
browser?
Chrome.
Okay.
Yeah. No one
So that
actually
means
cares.
that so J-Lo's got to be Google Ads, right?
She's the money.
Yeah.
She's the money printing machine.
No one cares about Ben Affleck.
Oh, not since he did Batman. No, Batfleck ruined. Actually, Daredevil ruined anything that.
Daredevil was also terrible.
Yep. So I mean,
as opposed to the other movie he's ever done, which was good.
Mm-hmm.
Argo was good.
Name me one
You see,
Ben Affleck.
he is avoiding the entire discussion of this.
Argo was good.
Oh my gosh, you're both.
Argo
avoiding
was good. That's true.
That was
Accountant
really good.
kind of- Name me 3 good Ben Affleck movies where he's the main character.
Goodwill
Can't
Hunting.
be done.
Okay.
No, but that's Matt Damon.
All right, fine. He was okay.
He's not the main
This is terrible,
guy.
folks. I am so sorry, folks. I want to
Break it
deliver
up
this news. They're also considering, the U.S. is considering less severe options, prohibiting Google from forging default search agreements like the $19 billion, I thought it was $23 billion that paid to Google, forcing Google to share more data with its competitors and somehow limiting Google from gaining an unfair advantage in AI products. All this is untested territory. It's not going to happen. They're going to appeal it. There's going to be
Remind me what happened with the Microsoft monopoly. What do they break up there?
nothing.
Bing.
Nothing.
They did nothing.
No.
And that was 25 years ago. Right?
They let Microsoft have Bing. That's what they did to him.
Damn.
They said, Bill Gates, from now on, you have to have this kind of haircut forever. And it's going to be bad.
What about YouTube, right? One alphabet unit not mentioned in the report was YouTube.
Break that up.
It's $31 billion in advertising on YouTube from 2023.
They're going to give away, they can break up like voice search. That'll be gone.
If they force Google into these antitrust behaviors, right, what does that actually mean to the search industry? Not just the paid industry, but just search in general. That's for another conversation. Not even gonna try to field that. But there is a thing here, guys, and it's a big judgment, and there's got to be somebody's got to pay the fiddler.
Yeah, well,
right?
let's add a prenup.
A prenup between the DOJ and Google.
I'm sorry, I was talking about Ben Affleck.
All right, I get the signal that we're not going to dive into this thing. So, Captain Obvious.
It's time for a mini rant from Morty. It's time for Captain Obvious. I mean, jeez.
So you had a poll. You had a poll there. Who had the poll here?
I had it.
All right, so we got a Captain Obvious real quick.
No, I did this one.
All right.
I'll do it.
Give it to me.
Did you guys
this week?
Did you look ahead? Did you look ahead, or can I?
What?
Can I
Go for it. Go for it. Do it. Do it.
From Android Police, I looked ahead, so I know the answer.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to ask you the question, and I want you guys to guess on the poll.
Okay.
So the poll, I mean, it's currently active, and it's adjusted since I looked at it a little bit. But the poll question is, and I'll tell you how many people have answered so far.
Okay.
All right. Let me look ahead here.
gosh.
This is, we're at 1,500 people have answered so far.
And it's Ben Affleck and
It is not.
Okay.
The question is, do you pay for Gemini Advanced? So this is on your phone. Do you pay for Gemini Advanced? And the options are, yes, I pay out of pocket for Gemini Advanced. Yes, but only because I subscribe to a high enough Google One tier. So I'm already paying for something and it includes Gemini Advanced. Yes, but as a trial offer, or no, I don't pay for Gemini Advanced or something else. And then they leave a comment.
I've got my best.
So there's three options of yes.
No.
So you say 75% no.
I would say 95% no.
Yeah,
95% no.
fine. 91%, Bob.
All right. And the survey says
what?
It is right at 70% no.
Ooh.
Oh, I should have
Morty
stuck
was
in my
very
original
close.
choice.
You should have. Yeah.
And
Wow.
but you'll see that the yes, it's 10% plus 8% are, so it's 18% is yes, either because they're already paying for something else
Right.
that includes it,
Right.
or it's part of a trial, which means they may cancel.
Oh,
They may
so
cancel at any point.
The payers are even lower.
So only 11% are paying out of pocket because they want specifically to pay for it.
So 89%, if we were to bring all those together, 89%,
89% are
right.
either not paying for it
or they're
or
sucked into it because they have a higher level of their Google Suite.
yeah.
This
It
Yeah,
kind of
I'd
kind
take
of-
it if we were paying for it.
yeah, I mean, if it, whatever, if they threw Google Gemini in as part of whatever your Google One, Google Drive,
Right.
whatever,
yeah, all right.
it was
I might,
some add-on.
yeah.
But I mean, I think the novelty of AI is maybe kind of winding down a little
Right.
bit for some people.
Right.
If you said right now, hey Jacob, do you want to pay an extra, $5, $10 a month for some AI features on your phone? I'd be like, I'm good.
Yep.
Can I give you a hot take on this?
Now, when it comes down to maybe, what's that?
No.
What'd you say, Morty?
When it comes down to speak or not speak, come on.
45%. Can I offer a hot take on this?
Yeah, please.
Yes, go for it.
Okay. In the marketing space, at least. So, you see the pushback happening, right? Like, you clearly see people saying AI is great until it's not great. But then you have other people like, oh, unless you're using AI, you're completely out of touch with anything about anything because you're not using the AI. I think you have the social media warriors going around saying that, but I don't think anybody's actually using it like that.
So you think that's
But
all?
as evidenced by the fact that no one's paying for the damn thing.
Yeah. I think it's also still.
You're like, oh, the answer would be 85% of spammy marketers are using AI.
Right.
Yeah. I think it's also still kind of new enough that I have fun with it, but unless you have a really specific use for it,
Right.
like it's fun to play with. It's fun for like, go make me a haiku that makes fun of Morty. Like that's fun to do, but I'm not spending money on that.
Right.
I don't need to spend money to write that haiku. I'm not using it often enough to justify spending money on it. There's enough free tools to help me do that, but it doesn't assist me in doing anything that I can't do anyway for free somewhere else.
I hear you.
And it isn't improving anything that it does. A lot of times I just get frustrated and just go do it the old way because it hasn't helped me like improve my search. Like,
so it's kind of marginalizing into more of a novelty than anything else.
yeah.
And even those things, you'll try it a few times and they'll walk away because it's not really part of your production structure at all,
The
right?
things it's doing better are things that are fun.
Or tons of menial things. Let's say, I don't know, like your job is to write like testimonials. You're the fake review person.
Fake reviews. It does fake reviews so well.
It really
I would be using AI all day long.
All right. Well, thank you, Captain Obvious. That's a good
go.
one today. I appreciate that. Rounding up our articles, I'll make a quick trip through AI news briefly, and you can see the show notes in the newsletter. Google Search expands AI overviews globally. Check that out. That's over at Search Engine Journal. Google AI overviews now show, this was actually interesting, for signed out users in the U.S. So you don't have to be logged in to be able to see the AI overview rendering. That's very important for tool sets, SEO tool sets in particular, that are wanting to scrape and be able to process the AI overview real estate. Not having a logged in scenario, I think, is going to be a boon for these tools to be able to snap that up and actually give some accurate, relatively accurate data for us to be able to optimize towards. Now, that's a whole nother conversation right there. But last article, X, actually, this is over from AI, Artificial Intelligence News, X agrees to halt the use of certain EU data for this AI chatbot training. So there's some kerfuffle going on in the EU, and EU has been leading the charge in putting AI back in the box, very similar to what it did with Google and its antitrust movements over there. So training's being halted for some of the EU data, and X, led by Elon Musk, is respecting those particular requests. So we're not in the golden age of AI, guys. This is the brand new space. And we just took it out of the box and we were looking at it this entire time, anticipating under the tree, popped out. Now we're not even playing with a toy anymore, right? And AI is still cranking fast and furious to be able to learn as much as it can so it can help you in figuring out what you want to eat in the refrigerator, right? No? Nothing?
That'd be weird.
That would be weird. But smart devices, right? Anyway, there's AI news. A quick AI tool, Luma Labs launches their Dream Machine 1.5. That's actually a cool video rendering tool. You got to check it out because we're going to actually use this for Morty's dance in a later episode of That's what we're going to do.
Oh, that's good.
We're going to
see the new the images from Grok.
No.
That's that whatchamacallit, the Elon Musk's thing. X. That's X's.
But you realize that he's dropped the Twitter thing. He's finally adopted and come to terms that it's called.
I asked it, by the way, to an image of Aaron Sparks from Edge of the Web. That's what I got.
I didn't know I was a blonde 30-something female.
That's a major upgrade. That's flattering, to be honest with you.
Absolutely. Look at that. And my smile is just beaming.
Yeah, your teeth
Pretty
aren't
nice.
crooked.
All right. Yeah, that didn't work out too well. All right.
I don't know. It worked out quite well for you.
I think my wife would be confused. Truly. All right. Hey, what's not confusing is using AI correctly. Inlinks has a fantastic tool set over at their shop. They have some AI creation of structured data for your target pages of cross-linking. They also have some fantastic tool sets to be able to generate content structure, to be able to actually pull ranking sites and be able to show you what you should be writing towards for SEO purposes. However, with the previous article that we just talked about, you've got to steer that correctly towards your service-related content. So check Check out Inlinks. They have a fantastic tool set with keyword research and the like, as well as social media tools to be able to create content straight from your own content and be able to put together an entire social media calendar. Inlinks is a fantastic tool. Check them out. edgeofthewebradio.com/Inlinks to be able to claim your free account and start creating some fantastic content for your website. All right. Barry Blast at the end, and then we'll jump out of here. Thumbnails are back in Google search results snippets for many. Did you see that? Did you see that? Did you see that?
Yeah.
I love the thumbnails. I love
Very
the thumbnails.
Very exciting.
It truly is.
Very
Yeah.
Exciting.
Google's
times.
also testing search snippet hover background colors. They can actually hover to a blue background as well.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Interactive
What's
elements. But the best part is Barry's article over at Search Engine Roundtable. The FTC has banned fake reviews. So we were just talking about the AI.
That's why I'm canceling my Gemini account.
What? You're banning fake reviews? Yeah, the Federal Trade Commission announced that they have officially banned fake reviews and AI-generated fake reviews. So they said...
Did you know the Vegan Society of America has banned meat?
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah, the Vegan Society of America has... am I still sharing my screen?
I'm talking to Aaron Sparks.
You are.
The 30-something.
I assumed you were doing that on purpose.
There we go. Okay. The Vegan Society of America banned meat as the FTC banned fake reviews. Because up until now, it was totally fine to leave a fake review.
Who banned meat? I don't care about fake reviews. I'm
Vegan
concerned.
Society of America.
The Vegan Society of America.
I'm saying, like, obviously the FTC, it's like, yeah, we're going to ban, like, fake reviews. Like, what does that mean? Obviously you're against fake reviews. It took you to 2024 to say, no fake reviews are allowed.
So this should have been the Captain Obvious, is what you're saying.
Really should have been.
It's like saying, like, I don't know, like, you can't put your feet up on the train. Everybody does it. Like, is there actual enforcement or jaywalking? Jaywalking is illegal. All right.
Now we're going to ban it.
About it.
So banning it does nothing, right? They describe different fake reviews as fake or
I'm
false.
A better person. No, you're not.
I think we all ban fake reviews as soon as we see them. We don't need the FTC to jump in there. But what are they going to do? What are they going to do? It's going to help address review fraud.
They've banned.
There's no liability or formal obligations for Google, et cetera. It means the platform enforcement will remain sporadic and piecemeal. It's just like a virtue signal at this point in time, right?
I mean, the biggest problem is right now, fake reviews are typically, I have a product, I pay someone to review it positively, right? So this is all going to shift to, I have a product, I'm going to pay you to go negatively review my competitors.
Right.
Because that's going to be really hard to track back to me.
Right.
Because right now the enforcement is, oh, this is clearly fake. Why would anybody spend time or effort to do that unless Jacob paid them to?
Damn.
So we'll penalize Jacob, right?
Okay.
Sounds good.
So now I'm just going to spend my money to go trash someone else.
We are not advocating that particular tactic whatsoever.
But I mean, don't you think that's where the shift is going to happen?
Absolutely.
Like,
it's going to spill over there.
Like that's where the black hat is going to move.
Right.
Is the fake reviews are going to move towards negative. I'm afraid that's what's going is fake reviews are going to move towards making other products and other things look bad. And now, not consumers, now owners and manufacturers are going to have to be fighting off.
Right.
They probably already are a little bit anyways, but.
Well, that is the Captain Obvious, and that is probably where it's all going to be going. This has to have teeth in one way, shape, or form.
Right.
I mean, FTC is just saying it's banning it without any type of ramifications if you are caught buying positive or negative reviews. If you're, they're clarifying it.
About your grandmother, it's got to have teeth. Doesn't mean she's got teeth.
Yeah, they're in that jar over there.
The FTC is gumming fake reviews. All right. There, put that in the AI machine and see what cranks out. All right. With that, I'll wrap up the show. Thank you very much, Morty. Appreciate the time and the continued sage advice to our listeners. That's it for us. Make sure that you check out the Ori Zilverstein podcast as we
yeah,
dropped.
yeah.
Yeah. We talked about DMCA SEO attacks. That's still happening. And it's a thing. It really is. And it's a weird thing as well because
FTC should ban that.
FTC should ban that as well. FTC should really be, the spearhead of consumer reliability right there.
It should just ban cancer.
Can we ban political ads, please? Please.
Can we just ban politics altogether?
Come on, FTC, do your job. All right. Wrap it up. Make sure you like and subscribe over to the YouTube channel from all of us over at The Edge. We'd love a review. If you go over to ratethispodcast.com/edge today, you can give us a positive or a negative review. I guess I have to offer that out. Yeah. Just review us. Let us know how we screwed up this thing. It happens. From all of us over The Edge, thanks for listening, and do not be a piece of cyber driftwood. We'll talk to you next week. Bye-bye.